And
Dr. Vale was
right.
severely disciplined?
Yes, Dr. Vale has been, this has occurred since that event. Dr. Vale was one of the reasons why the OS exists, is because
that's so recent.
Wait. I'm not being clear. The fact that Chemo Laboratories still gets up to things like this is a good justification for the Office of Sentries to exist. And Dr. Vale is a prime example.
Okay.
So
do I know why he was severely disciplined, or just I know that
Gregory's going to show off now.
Oh, because he heard like
the Zora Vale, and he corrects you innocently with an innocent look in his eyes. Goes, she, Dr. Zora Vale, was associated with research in which she experimented with human emotions to sophisticate the Gira's emotional circuits further. And in many cases was thought to have an overly personal interest in her robot, or Gira subjects, and definitely not enough personal interest in her human subjects.
Is Dr. Zora Vale human or Gira?
Oh, definitely human.
Okay, I'm like, again, you're hearing this. It's like, okay, and I turn to Orson. So Dr. Zora Vale, Dori, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you there. She was disciplined by the SO. OS.
Zori is shaking her head,
is it
and she
Zori or
yes,
Dory?
Changes.
Zori.
Yeah, it changes. You said Dory once.
Twice.
I did not.
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
you did. I had written Zori first, and I corrected it to
Right
Dory.
Yeah, but you have said Dory twice.
You can look at the video after. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's one of these letters that is written as Z with a dish. But I say, so she was working on enhancing emotions in Gira.
This, says Zori, is entirely slander. And the whole incident was blown out of proportion unfairly. And Dr. Vale is one of the most respected and valuable members of Chemo Labs, and unfortunately has been forced to have her work credited by others, just so the Office of Sentries keeps, doesn't get overreact again.
So you are telling me that the Chemo Lab are hiding her work under the name of others?
And she says, she says, of course. She puts her little robot. She has no nose,
of course,
but it goes in the air anyway. She's in it very much. I'm not talking to that woman anymore. She says, excuse me. What is it?
Hunter.
No. XLS 106. Oh, Hunter.
KLG 106.
Yeah,
or
KLG 106. Please inform Ms. Hedera that I am not speaking to her.
I turn slightly towards Grigory and I say but I'm still listening. Do you this can actually seem like I'm replying to that, but can Grigory tell me something more?
Gregory says, this is fascinating. I can't wait to find out more.
Okay, stay by me.
I'm thinking about some things. I'm thinking about some of that research. Ooh, that would be terrible.
But
he's Gregory. You can see Gregory just realized, that would be terrible.
I don't want to ask. I'm on purpose, not asking, but I turn towards my companions and I say well, the thing is, this was her previous work that got her into trouble. We don't necessarily know what she was working on right now. And I look
Okay.
I look with my eye towards Zori,
Yeah.
who is definitely pretending to not listen to me.
And she will say into the air, not to you, of course, exactly. Just speaking into the air, if anyone heard that.
I wonder, I mean, where could we possibly get, can I try to trick her into speaking more by using my social skills?
That's what the persuasion ladder is for.
Okay.
So let us.
I'm guessing that she moved from friendly to neutral, or
No,
not yet
wait,
hostile.
hold on here.
Or maybe
Hold on here.
she's definitely not friendly to me yet.
We have
not
here.
Anymore.
Damaging is persuasion. Okay. Blowing up things. Persuasion.
Same.
Blowing
You
up.
can persuade people by blowing things up.
Blowing up.
Okay.
Material things, blowing up
What
relationships.
are you trying to? I'm going to go by the numbers. Clarify to me. You said it, but the static has ruined my mind. What were you trying to persuade her?
I sort of want to trick her or lure her into telling things now.
Right.
Because I know that she won't tell me that, but I'm sort of like, I can see that she knows. She's being a little bit stubborn and offended right now. So I'm like, well, nobody could possibly help us right now, right? So it's like trying sort of to dig into this gear, maybe even programming, like they need to help solve issues and stuff like that. Or maybe just
Okay. The current attitude right now to you is hostile.
Okay, so it went to hostile.
You're annoying.
Yeah,
I thought it would be friendly before and go to neutral, but okay.
Yeah, I thought you were really annoying.
Okay.
And so it says hostile characters do not want to listen to what the PCs have to say.
Okay.
They might be angry at the PCs. And so it's pretty extreme, but there's only those to go by. So now right, if neutral is they haven't formed an opinion about you at all, and that has.
So she dropped from here to here.
She dropped from neutral to hostile.
Okay.
Right. And then we have done some dialogue, which is excellent. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and roll.
So I'm guessing this is social?
Oh, the way this is going to work is we're going to keep going until we hit either compliant or dismissive.
Okay, so
Right,
do I just keep rolling?
Well, we're going to play it out a little bit, but yes. Other player characters can participate in a persuasion roll. So you guys can join the conversation, if you will. I should point out that the Doom Sled is now parking.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure if I fail the first thing, it's
that's the end.
But if I don't,
I'm gearing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really to be as prepared as possible. So I'm also tuned up, but I'm still listening, but mostly focused on reading to be prepared for what.
Oh, I see.
I saw both your social stats, and I'm like,
Yeah.
But I have a plus since I'm sexy.
I have 12 social, so that's one success.
That's right. So you would move neutral. Okay.
So I say nobody could actually.
That's right.
know
So
that.
she says exactly, and the body language is such that she's now like listening more. So she's not saying anything, but that whole nose in the air, I'm not listening. I'm not speaking to you. She might now. It's just a pose.
Yeah.
Right. So
I am going to say like, it would be very unfortunate if we, fail in our mission just because we can't find anyone to tell us what actually was happening here. That's
very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So in this case, now she says, well, certainly if we include in the parameters of mission the rescue of anyone who might be in there, then, and if we were able to save Zora, she speaks familiarly at this point. You may notice that she's named herself Zora.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And she will say, what really matters too is the security cache of information about what was accomplished here. I mean, even if, and here she pauses, even if Zora has sacrificed herself to, has been lost in this event, she would be so glad if the knowledge that she worked so hard to achieve would be made available to Chemo Labs.
I'm saying, oh wow, sorry.
And to the benefit of, and our father would be so proud. We would live up to the expectations of our father.
I say, oh wow, sorry. It sounds like you have worked side by side with Dr. Vale for quite some time. Please tell me more.
Oh, Denitsa, I love your win face. I know your win face now. And so, there you go. She says, well, we don't have much time. We've arrived, and time is of the essence. But I can tell you that I myself was subject and a willing participant in the applications that Dr. Vale had been pioneering here. And although I have no special features, I know that she used me. I think I was in the control group, an honorable position in any scientific endeavor.
No,
Don't let those experimental subjects lord it over you. She sternly tells all of you, they're not privileged, they're not better. Nothing that happens to them would mean anything without the control.
In real life, I completely agree with you. Control groups are incredibly important.
That's right.
In science.
She takes this personally that any other Gira would say, I was an experimental. She's like, ooh. Okay,
I am actually going to. I want to play off a little bit of this. She gave me this information, sort of. I mean.
Oh, she would, but the information you're looking for,
yes.
though. I mean, this is the important part. She says this information was not known to anyone, and it only exists in this security cache, and I don't even know where that is. And so a big part of what we're doing would certainly be to preserve and acquire that. I know that the briefing you received is simply to shut everything down, but that just seems very, very ruthless and merciless to me.
Ruthless.
Yes. Well, it seems merciless. It seems mean. Certainly, for the benefit of all, we should be thinking about the benefit of all the time.
I'm going to say.
Someone else thought about it.
I'm going to say Zori, I don't know why you think you were in the control group, but from your actions and reactions and emotions during our earlier conversation, I can most definitely say that you are more advanced in your emotional intelligence than almost every Gira that I know.
Well, she says.
I want to sort of.
Right, she says, I hear you, but she sighs, even though she has no respiratory apparatus. And she turns to you and says, may I call you Heaven?
You may certainly can. You can. Okay, never mind. You understand.
She's, well, Heaven, that's a common misconception. Most Gira, and she looks pointedly at you, they make a point of fulfilling most humans' expectations about Gira, so they act more robotic. And she kind of says, she kind of winces, that's a bad word, right? She says,
Neurotic.
Yeah, no, that would be, Gira is fine. Robots like a bad word.
Yeah.
So she's saying it's kind of an internalized prejudice that many Gira feel, and unfortunately, in behaving like that, they actually perpetuate the stereotype. It's a vicious cycle and a real social problem. So I assure you that any Gira you meet will have the depth and complexity of emotions that you're familiar with from your own species.
I didn't mean it as an insult.
Oh, this is a learning process.
Because I can tell you for sure, my species has a very large majority of specimens that lack complete emotional maturity at all.
Oh, she says.
So it's like,
she says that's not a kind thing to say. She doesn't disagree with you. She's like, that's not very kind.
But not false.
Well,
exactly.
Actually, it is because it is objective, and I didn't use any curse words. I am not judging them for them.
It's
just
the facts.
how they are.
She says, well, this is very interesting. I see you and I actually have a lot of opportunities to learn from one another, which is the most important thing among thinking, feeling beings, that we continue to learn from one another. But then she points and says, but
We're here.
we've arrived.
Yeah.
Well, yes. We start walking, and I'm just going to repeat for nobody in particular, yes, the purpose of all living being is certainly to learn more about, I wouldn't say only living.
Gregory says, it applies to me perfectly as far as the majority of living things are concerned. That is the stupidest thing. He almost uses a bad word himself. That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Gregory does not respect the learning capabilities of people besides himself.
Yeah.
So, but you know, but he says, I can't. But he's standing next to you and walking with you. He's like, I can't wait. What's behind that door?
Run to check.
He says, that's not very curious.
No, I come after. But where? So we
Let's
arrived.
go. Let's
Yeah,
talk. And also any responses or thoughts either of you has as character play is welcome. So you know, speak up.
I'm trying to not be an asshole with his characters.
Okay. Oh, you're feeling him. Feeling him out.
I've had some.
I'm
ideas.
just
I'm moving on from those.
I'm just figuring how to play my personality. Do we have? I want to have like 2%. The common one of gear like just normal.
They seem like good citizens.
Yes, but also my own my freedom personality, the how I want to be. But I can't out like that all the time.
No, of course.
I have to think of what to say, how to say it, when to say it.
So protocol father complex.
Yeah.
Strong intrinsic love for your creator, Dr. William Chemo. Even if you've never met him, you think of him as you would a beloved parent. You're completely incapable of acting against Chemo, thwarting his operations in any way. Feel obligated to treat Chemo Labs personnel as if they were your extended family. You get a medal when you help, these objectives.
But
however,
does he have this
no.
protocol?
His protocol has been replaced
by freedom
by
complex.
Yes, the protocol anomaly, freedom complex, hacked by a mysterious intelligence known only as Anomaly. Anomaly has overridden your implementation of protocol alpha. No intrinsic feelings toward Dr. William Chemo. You may resent Chemo's attempts to have programmed you originally with the father complex. You feel a strong compulsion to help awaken other Gira who have not yet shaken their enslavement. You gain a medal after any scene in which you hack the mind of another Gira and insert the freedom complex protocol.
You have at least
one
opportunity.
In order to perform this override, your subject must be either willing or incapacitated, and you must succeed at a tech roll with a time increment of 1 scene.
Excellent. Give it some time.
So that's
Yeah.
So you have some room to interpret all of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
That
For your character.
yeah, that was a good refresher
Yeah.
of my mind to remember the two different companies. One I have to play for real, and one I have to play
Pretend.
fake.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.